Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today, I have 5 reasons why your bank absolutely sucks. And we're just going to go right down the list, no particular order at all. Just want to open you guys up to some perspective, give you some of the secrets, how these banks are making all this money and are able to afford some of these big buildings downtown and all over the United States. They always have the biggest building, right? Well, here we go. Reason number one is the interchange fees. How many times have you gone to the store and you swiped your card and you haven't got anything back as far as rewards go? And this could be a debit card, this could be a credit card, it doesn't matter. The thing is, each and every time you swipe your card, that merchant that you just swiped your card with has to pay an interchange fee to your bank, the same bank that you just went and spent money and made them money for, and they're not going to give you anything back. That is absolutely mind-blowing. There are credit card programs out there that will give you, 1% back, 2%, maybe 3% if you're lucky. But we're going to get into that aspect of it a little bit later. But just knowing that you're going and spending 100, 500, $1,000 on a swipe and not being able to reciprocate or receive anything back on that swipe is absolutely mind-blowing to me. So that's reason number one. Reason number two, let's talk about the minimum balance that most banks require you to have in your account. I mean, what kind of crap is that? You have to have a minimum of 5, 10, 20, 50, sometimes even $100 in your account, depending on what type of account it is, of course. And there are some banks out there that do have a zero minimum, don't get me wrong. But just the fact that you have to have a minimum balance in your account to be able to have an account with that bank, with that establishment, is absolutely crazy. What do you think they're doing with that money that is just sitting there? That's right. They're taking that money and they're lending it out to other people. And it is just a vicious cycle that you get absolutely no reward or no benefit from doing. You're just simply having money sit there. And then, of course, you're going to get penalized when you don't have those funds sitting there, or if you need those funds in an emergency. So that is reason number two why your bank sucks. And that's going to roll us right into reason number three why your bank absolutely is just terrible. Reason number three why your bank is absolutely terrible is because of the fees. Fees, 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 fees. Where do we start with these fees? We just kind of touched on one of the fees. If you go below the minimum balance, they're going to hit you. Even if you don't go into a zero or a negative balance, which is an overdraft, we'll get into that in just a sec. Even if you go, let's just say you have to have a minimum of $20 in your account and you go below that $20, boom, they're going to hit you with a fee. These fees are going to be different for all banks, so don't quote me on any price in particular that you'll have to pay, but just know that in most cases, if you go below that threshold, there is going to be a fee that you're going to get hit with. Okay, next, let's touch back on overdraft fees. Overdraft fees have gotten so many people who are in the lower class of America and just people who live paycheck to paycheck. If you have to make a payment on something and you go into that overdraft, and there's no protection on you for that account for your overdraft, then you're going to get hit with another fee. So that is just another fee that is associated with why your bank sucks. Let's also touch on credit card fees, right? Because if you have a credit card with your bank, a lot of the times those credit cards come with an annual cost. All right. So let's just say it's a credit card and you have to pay $99 a year on it just to maintain that card. And it's not giving you any perks that you're using or that you even want, then you're just paying that $99 for nothing, essentially. There's no benefit to you. There's no reward. And if you're not utilizing the credit card properly and paying that off every single month, that's going to continue to pile up and pile up. Not only are you paying fees annually, but you're also paying your APR or the interest rate on that credit card. It's just another way that they're making money, and there's absolutely zero benefit to you, the consumer, the one who's given all your money to the bank. Reason number four, let's talk about affiliates. This is something that's not normally talked about when considering a bank to choose from, but I used to bank with Navy Federal Credit Union, And they used to throw out promotions all the time. Hey, refer us somebody to Navy Federal, and guess what? We're going to give you $50 for each person that you send our way. And I think that's a pretty decent referral, just for being able to send people to a bank and saying, here, check this out. It might be a good bank for you. But there are some banks out there that don't have that same philosophy, that same motto. You can refer hundreds and hundreds of people, and all they're going to do, you might get a lollipop when you go in there. So that might be something that you want to consider. If you know that you can throw some business to a bank's way, you might want to get compensated for doing that. I'm just saying. And last but certainly not least, and probably one of my most favorite things about the bank that I have, number 5, and that is going to be the rewards portal. This has to do, traditionally speaking, with credit cards. Sometimes you can find it on a debit card if you're really, really lucky, but I haven't really found one. If you know the name of one, feel free to drop it in the comments below. But let's talk about credit card rewards points for a minute. I know a lot of people who will put all their monthly expenses on a credit card, which I applaud. That is a really good thing that you do, especially if you pay that balance off every month. If you don't pay that balance off every month, then that's a whole different video and a whole different conversation that we need to have probably. But let's talk about those rewards and the points. You might be with a bank right now, and for every dollar that you spend, you might get a penny. So if you're spending $100, you might get $1 if you're lucky. Dollar make you holler, right? But in all reality, if I have to go out there and spend $100, if I have to go out there and spend $1,000 just to be able to get, take advantage of an intro offer to kind of entice me to come and continue to swipe with that card, is it really a good deal? I mean, I'm spending $1,000 just to get 10. I spend more than $1,000 a month on my card, and I want to make sure that I'm rewarded handsomely for doing that. I know the banks are making way more money than what people think. Your interchange fee is going to be anywhere from around 2.5 to 4.5% that your bank is making each and every time you're swiping that card. So you do the math on that, and you tell me if you're thinking you're getting the short end of the stick there. Let's talk about travel. Anybody that knows me loves that I love to travel. It is my favorite thing to do. And don't even threaten me with a good time on a cruise. I'm ready to go at the snap of a finger. But when you have to spend so much money just to get a little tiny incentive, a little tiny piece of a seat on an airplane to take travel, you have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to be able to qualify for those travel incentives. But really, is it worth it when you can just put the money aside for that same exact travel that you wanted to do anyways? Yes, it might help, of course, with the rewards after you swiped $100,000 on your card. Congratulations, you get a free flight that's domestic from here to there. But at the end of the day, it's not really worth it. All right, so maybe this is why you clicked on this video. If it is, I'm glad you stuck all the way through to this point, because I gave you 5 reasons why your bank sucks. And I want to give you 5 good reasons why you should consider switching your bank. And I might just have the solution for you. First of all, 0% on your swipes with a debit card is absolutely insane. What if there was a card out there that when you swipe, they're going to give you a 100% dollar for dollar match in the form of their own currency known as Z-Bucks? Stick with me now. That means every single time you swipe your card, I'll give you an example. Say it takes you $100 to fill up your gas. I don't know, maybe you're in California or something like that. But let's just say you swipe your card and it's $100 to fill up your tank of gas. They're going to match you with 100 Z-Bucks that you could then go and spend in their e-commerce store. So that might be some food for thought. Instead of swiping your card and getting 0 or getting absolutely nothing, maybe 1%. So $1 on 100. How about 100 on 100? I mean, if I'm going to compare apples to apples, I'd rather get 100 to 100 every time. That's just me. Let's go back and touch on the minimum balance that you need. How about a bank account that doesn't set a minimum balance that's required in order to carry an account with them? How about you could just have the account and use it whenever, however you wanted to? It's going to come with a checking account number, a routing number. You can send a wire. You can do direct deposit. You can send ACH. You can have a card that you can go out and spend with. I mean, it's going to come with everything that your traditional bank account would, except it's just better. Fees, fees, fees. Don't you hate those pesky fees? So, what if we were able to eliminate those fees? What about an account that doesn't charge you any fees? What if there was an account that had overdraft protection so that way, whenever you run out of money, it just won't allow you to spend that money? I think that's the smart thing to do instead of charging someone a fee repetitively over and over and over again, knowing that if I don't have the money in the account now, how do you think I'm gonna have the money in the account to pay for these fees? It just doesn't make sense. Make it make sense for me, please. What about a network of ATMs all across the United States? Over 160,000 ATMs that you would have access to that you can go and pull cash out and deposit cash in. That's one thing I did forget to mention and hit on one of the cons and why one of the 5 reasons that your bank sucks when we're talking about fees. Using an ATM that's out of your network, you're going to get hit with another fee from the ATM itself and from your bank for using an out-of-network ATM. Who would have thought? Let's talk about the affiliate reward program. Just for being a customer with this bank in particular, each and every single time that you refer a customer to this bank, guess what they're going to give you? They're going to give you 500 Z-Bucks just for sending someone over, and they're going to say thank you. Here's 500 Z-Bucks. How about that for a reward for an affiliate program? I mean, that might be the icing on the cake for me right there. I can go out and refer a whole bunch of people. Hey, come on, get an account. Here's 500 Z-Bucks each and every time you refer somebody to this bank. It's just getting better and better and better the more and more I go down this list. And last but not least, this might be the little cherry on top of the sundae, the rewards program. Woo! When I tell you that we have one of the best rewards programs out there, you will be able to have access to the Z Club, and you can buy down the cost of normal everyday items that you're going to buy anyways. These could be things from cleaners for around the house, dishwasher pods. It could be larger stuff. It could be golf clubs. It could be electronics, televisions, computers, laptops, you name it. You can go on here. We'll have over 1 million SKU items that you can go and choose from and buy down the cost. Let's just say this was a tailor-made golf club that you wanted to go out and buy, and it was going to cost you $400 at the store. But instead of going out and paying $400 for that club, you can now buy it down with Z-Bucks, anywhere from 30 to 100% off. It is the choice is totally up to you. Not only that, but we also have an amazing travel portal where here you're not going to be able to just get a little sliver of a seat on a Coach domestic airline. Here you have the exact same access that people who own a 5-figure timeshare have access to. I mean, you're talking about $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 timeshare on top of maintenance fees that you have to pay annually just to be able to go out and order your travel. And you're going to have access to all of that with this particular banking platform. You'll have access to hotels, condos, apartments, 1-bedroom, all the way up to 3 bedrooms, hotels and condo stays, anywhere from $199 for the week on up. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. I'm taking travel all the time. 2024 better watch out because I'm utilizing my Z-Bucks all day, every day to travel the world at my own pace without having to pay those hefty timeshare and travel fees. So I saved this for last on purpose. I am running a special right now. It is normally $25 to get an account with this particular banking platform. However, I'm going to cover the cost for you to go ahead and get started. That's just my way of paying it forward for people who can really just see the big picture here with Transact. And if you click the link in the description below of this video, it is going to take you to a page that has a 1-minute description of exactly what this is, what the banking platform is, how it works, how you can take advantage of these Z-Bucks, and we can go ahead and get you registered. It's going to ask you for 3 pieces of information. It's going to ask you for your name, your phone number, and your email. Once you submit that form, someone from my team will reach out and get in contact with you and get you all set and all squared away with an account, all for the price of free $99. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and click the link in the description and we'll see you on the next page. Take care.